Hi everyone! Today we'll explore how to clarify your values and take committed action, which are core practices of acceptance and commitment therapy. These skills can help you make choices that align with what truly matters to you and bring greater meaning and vitality to your life. So let me ask you, are you living a rich and full, meaningful life right now? If yes, why? And if no, why? So I want you to think about that first. So perhaps one of the reasons as to why or why not you're not or you are living a life that's meaningful can be traced back to the values. Values is what we care most about in our hearts, and it's about actions and not just how we want to feel or think. There are no one right or wrong value, and we all don't have to have the same values all the time. Then what is the difference between value and goals? This is a story that I like to tell to make the difference. Let's say there's a man, basketball player, and his goal is to become MVP. And his values are to inspire others and also challenge himself. But let's say unfortunately he had a car accident and he cannot play basketball anymore. He's in the wheelchair. Now, his goal of becoming MVP might not happen. But however, he can still live the life to inspire others and challenge himself, even though he doesn't play basketball. He can try to live his best and challenge himself, even though he's on the wheelchair, to inspire others. So you can see that sometimes our goals are not met exactly the way we want to, but we can still live our lives that align with our values. So values are things like creativity, curiosity, courage, persistence, freedom, gratitude, just to name few. Or you might have values that are related to others like connectedness, nurturing. So these are values that are connected to how we want to relate to others. Or within yourself, it might be knowledge, building knowledge, or challenge yourself scientifically, or physically challenge yourself, climbing the mountain that you've never climbed, becoming a peacemaker, or creativity, or having an influence over others and having a positive influence in other people's life. It could be working in a team, collaboration, or building a community. So these are all goals. Values. So this is a list of values you might like to have a read and try to write down what your values are. So pause the video and write down what your values are. And try to categorize those values under one of four categories. It could be related to work, education, relationship, leisure, or personal growth and health. So try to categorize your values. And after you've listed and categorized the values, then try to put an X on the target of how much are you achieving the values or living the life that align with those values right now. So, for instance, this person, for example, might be living a life where the personal growth is a little bit out of the target, which is the middle. So different areas might be more further away from the kind of life that this person wants. So read through your values and then mark X to represent where you stand today. And you might be standing in a different position depending on what category areas of your life is. So I like to think values as the life compass. So compass gives you direction, it keeps you on track when you're traveling, and just like that, our values do the same for us. Um, so now that you know the values, of course, insight without action is useless. The important next step is what we call committed actions, to have goals and do the specific actions that align your life to your values. So I want you to pause the video for a moment and write down what are the things that you can do today that will align your life to the value. So, for instance, you might have a value of connectedness, because connection with your friends. So something that you can do on a daily basis could be talking to at least one friend per day. And then you can have a weekly plan, which is to meet up with one friend or a group of friends to catch up. Maybe monthly plan might be helping out a friend or two who are needing some practical or emotional support. And maybe annual plan might be having like a friendship trip together, going out of town together to build memories. So you can see that for each of the values, you can have daily, weekly, or monthly annual plans, which would actually practically bring your life closer to the kind of life you want. And another thing that's important for us to remember is that each moment of life we have a choice to live guided by our values and vitality or turn away from them. So it's important that you're clear about your values because it can guide you to make the right decision. So this is called Choice Point by Ross Harris. And so there are towards moves and away moves. So towards and moves are actions that, you know, brings you closer to the kind of life you want. And away moves are the moves that will take you away from the kind of life you want. So for instance, if your value is peace, being at peace with others, when you're angry and you want to lash out, you are at a choice point. You can't just lash out and break peace between you and the other person, or you can take a deep breath, pause, and think about what would be good to move to for both of you to move forward and not break the relationship, which will be the towards move. So you might be going through life with anxious thoughts or very low motivations, or there might be other areas of your life that are holding you back, and thoughts that are holding you back. But remember, let those thoughts just play on your head. You don't have to do whatever the thoughts are telling you to do, but simply still feel discomfort, but still do the things. To take the actions that are towards move, like this little bunny here, the creativity and that kind of actions that are aligning with your value. So your values are the compass, your actions are the steps. So keep walking your chosen path. So to summarize today's talk, first identify your values. So have a think about it. Be mindful of where your life is in relation to your values. Remember the bullseye, and then brainstorm the plan of committed actions, the SMART goals, and in your day-to-day life, please try to do at least one or two things that are aligning with your values, and think about the choice point when you do that, and ask yourself, what are my towards moves and what are my away moves? And if you put this into your practice, you'll realize that your life will be more and more aligned and more becoming kind of a life that you always wanted, rich, full, and meaningful. So keep moving towards the life that matters to you. Live your values today. That's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.